Hello, I'm PaulyB, and welcome to the School of Prophetic Heartbeat. God's desire is to speak. That's the session today. Here's what I want you to know today in this session. God has already desired to speak to you, not just to leaders, not just to prophets, but to you. He desires so much that you know this revelation today. All the way from Genesis to Revelations, the Bible is one long story of a God who talks with and to his people. He spoke with Adam in the garden. He walked with Enoch. He wrestled with Jacob. He spoke to Samuel in the night. He thundered through the prophets. Just process that for a second. And in Jesus, the Word Himself became flesh and lived among us. What does that look like? Well, I'm glad you asked. Here's what is even bigger. And I want you to get this in your spirit. God did not just speak then, He speaks now. He speaks always. And He has been speaking to you this whole time. Listen, Hebrews chapter 1, verses 1 through 2. I want you to write this down on a piece of paper. God, who in various times and in various ways spoke in times past to the Father by the prophets. And He, in these last days, speaks to us through His Son. Notice the word various times and various ways. What does that mean? That means that God is not limited to one method of communication with you. He will speak through Scripture, through creation, through impressions, through people, through places, through pieces and things, and through your knowing. The issue has never been, is God speaking? The only issue is if we have learned to really recognize His voice. Think about this for a second, okay? How many times have you walked outside and you have felt like this warmth from the sun, and suddenly you felt this overwhelming peace? How many times have you read the scripture and the words just jumped off the page and you felt so alive? How many times have you had someone encourage you with a word that hit deep? And it was really deeper than just normal conversation. That was God's desire to speak, finding expression in your life. Listen, religion has made us think that sin separates us from hearing God's voice, it keeps Him distant from us. But intimacy reveals He's closer than our breath. His heart is not to make you chase Him down. Listen to me, guys. His heart is to reveal Himself in ways that you can't miss it. And He's already been doing it this whole time. And that's what this school is going to do. It's going to reveal that to you. And today, I want you to practice this awareness, okay? Take out your journal and write this question: Lord, where have you already been speaking to me through my everyday life? What are you saying? Now, pause for a moment. I want you to pause. I want you to think about nature, think about scripture, think about conversations, think about inner nudges that you've had, think about feelings that you couldn't shake off. I want you to take a moment and write them down. Write down at least 3 examples from your own past experiences, okay? Listen, here's the twist. Don't write them as maybe that was God. I want you to write them as that was God. You got to learn to trust God at some point, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be the hardest part of hearing God's voice, is learning to actually trust, because it was. This activation isn't about guessing, okay? It's about naming what's already been true. The more you recognize, the more confident you will become in what you have already been carrying this whole time. I want you to understand trust is the key. And you're going to hear me say that a lot. So today, let this truth be settled in your heart. God is not reluctant to speak. He's not waiting on you to get perfect before He opens His mouth. He's been speaking from the very beginning, and He has been speaking directly to you in this moment. And He wants you to not just know this, but to believe it through use and exercise. Look, you don't need to chase His voice anymore, okay? You need to recognize his desire. And when you do, you'll realize his voice has already been the soundtrack of your life this whole time. See, the key here is this, is realize your last sin, your last mistake is not separating you from God or his voice. It didn't separate Adam, who I believe committed the worst sin of all humanity. And after he committed his sin, who come and talk to God? When Cain killed Abel, right? Who come and talk to Cain? Listen, their sin did not stop God from speaking. It actually magnetized God to them. So your last mistake isn't stopping God from speaking to you. You need to know that going forward. But you need to understand that God is literally attracting to you, even in the mistakes you make, because he wants you to know how much he loves you and cares about you. So do this activation today. Let this resonate in your spirit. And I'm excited about the next class because it's going to unlock so much in this journey. In the next 90 days, your life will not be the same. We're just getting started. Remember, I love you.